Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome to Factorio. We're here today in Factorio 0.15.6 and I've already started a little base. I recorded it but I wasn't happy with the recording and it was nothing really apart from hand mining a load of trees, hand mining a load of coal and stone and doing all the boring stuff. So we have a little tiny base, and I mean it's really not a base as such as a start. We have our electricity generation, we have our smeltery operations. These are the new steam engines from 1.5. As you can see, it's a lot more compact than it used to be. So each boiler, which is now a big structure instead of just a little 1x2 or whatever it was before, can now support 2 steam engines per, and and 1 pump can support 30 boilers. So you can string these on ad nauseum and get all your power from that for a while, and you could probably do that for the whole game. I decided that I'm going to quad this, so 4 sets of iron smelting. I've marked out the layout for it ish, and I've started where my bus is gonna extend from. I decided this one's going to be iron, this one's going to be copper, and this one's going to be plastic and steel. We have got the slight problem with this dirty great big forest in the way, but I'll chop that down between episodes, I think. And so let's move on. So what am I doing? We were going to get, not logistics too, we need automation. So automation, we need electronics we just need we get our filter insert. Okay, well that'll be nice, because as you probably tell, this is a bit of an annoyance for my first iron deposit, being right inside a copper deposit. But with a filter inserter, it makes it a lot easier. I can just filter out from the iron, get rid of all the copper, and send it up to here somewhere, and don't let it build up. So I have a few buffer chests in there as well. So yeah, moving on from there, let's make another couple of furnace setups while we're waiting for everything to happen in the research department. So let's grab all of this stuff. We need it. We want it in us right now. So yeah, we got plenty of iron coming in for the most part. We're never going to be using what I'm snagging off the line right now for a long time. And we've got 10 miners, is it, or 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Okay, we've got 12 miners going for 20 furnaces. I don't really need to quad these up. But it'll give us the throughput for later on when we get trains and things. So why not? Let's just make the furnaces. 20, 20, 10. Then I need another 9. There we go. So I did make one for a replacement, like a spacer. I don't need to hook these all up yet, but having them there just makes it so that I don't forget. I'm not likely to, but it also saves me making them later. Okay. No. Incorrect. Get out of it. Alright. Yes, as you can see, I've still got my horrible OCD. I can't have things off kilter. It makes me feel sick. Okay, and we got a thing in the way, but that's cool too. There we go. And we got loads of belts. I might just belt these up as well. The electronics going to take a while with one lab. I should just go back and fix all the mistakes after, but yeah, I'm not that. That's probably all my belts gone. I'm gonna need so many inserters. Okay, so we're gonna have plenty of smelting capability anyway, and we have the thing to make proper splitters and a proper array to balance a line. I also do have another factory that I was practicing on. I will load it up at the end of this recording and let you have a look around. So yeah, this is coming out quite nicely already. I do need more iron though in my box. Let's put it into a box so I don't have to keep snagging it off the line like this. Like so. There we go. Well, I'm gonna have to snag some off the line now anyway. I'm not even going to limit that box. It's not big enough to worry about the amount of throughput I'm going to actually have in a bit. It'll all balance out, and I'll just be able to snag loads. Oh, we're going to need lots more belts. We've got them making. We're going to need at least 60 of these. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 45, 50, 55, 60, and then we're going to need at least 120 of these. It may take a while handcrafting that lot, but I can't do anything until I've got my electronics done. So I think, let me see, can I make the, no, I can't make the next one yet. Okay. My ravenous need for iron plates, my hunger. It's terrible. Okay, so we have just do it. While that's going as well, I'm gonna just snag a bit more iron. Okay, and I'm going to make some radar. So, anyone not clued in on what is happening in Factorio, I'm going to just run over here and show you something. And I'm going to snag that just for a temporary thing. There's a lot of changes in 15.15. It's good changes. Good, a lot of good stuff that people have been wanting, I think. Right, so we want automation 2. Thank you. That's just red. Thank you. Right, so there's this new ore. This isn't a modded ore. This is a proper ore. And when you put, look at the miner on there, a bit crazy. And the inputs and outputs there are for sulfuric acid, and this is uranium. And you can do nuclear processing, make atomic bombs, make uranium rounds, do all sorts of stuff with it. Oh man, I wish I'd have checked this out before. I'd have built on the desert. So much easier. Um, so yeah, there's lots of uranium. Just there. I don't even know how big. This is another little change that tells you how much ore is in that vein. 670,000. Now, I believe you need to mine an awful lot of uranium. I was watching Bentham's preview to 1.5, and he said in 300 bits that he got, only one of them was the good uranium. And I can't really show you here. Let's have a look in here. Nuclear power. Where's the actual nuclear power one? There. Right. It gives you the centrifuge. It gives you all these different things. You get the reactor, which is basically your boiler, but it's huge. You get centrifuge, which processes your uranium ore. This one is a processor, which gives you... hold on. No, it's changed from what he did, I think. But anyway, and you can make a uranium fuel cell. And he said he got 300 uranium 238 and 1 uranium 235 out of a mining batch. So that's how rare the 235 is. But you also get this thing, which is the Covarex enrichment process, which processes the rubbish uranium into the good stuff. But you need a lot of research to get that open. And yeah, as you can see, there's a lot more colours of bottles these days. A lot more colours, and these things take some serious making as well. So we've got a job ahead of us, and I'm just looking around for any biting nests. I've got them on peaceful because I found that even with the rail world and a large start, there's a big uranium deposit. The biters were quite near to where I wanted to be, and they were quite vicious as well. And the bases were absolutely mammoth. So I just want to check that there's none nearby. I could just go and build right on top of them and it wouldn't matter, but I am going to play it like they are hostile, and I will kill them when I see them. But yeah, I think they've changed how the biters go. You no longer get alien artifacts from the biter nests, so that's a thing that's gone, which is a good thing. That was a bit of a pain in the bum, but the yellow and purple science these days is pretty intense. And then there's a level after those, which is from the rocket ships. You send rocket ships up and get research back. Yeah. So it's not just launch a rocket, win the game. There's a lot more to it. Oh, excuse me. I'll best go and replace that coal miner as well. So there's nothing in the vicinity anyway. I'm gonna have to destroy this whole forest. How to do that easily, or am I just gonna have to hand chop it? Might do. So yeah, this is a good start to a little base, and we've got our smeltery set up going there quite handily. What I'll do between episodes is I'll get the rest of the smeltery set up. I'll get this foundry here set up as well for the copper. I might get the stone in because we're going to need that on the bus as well, but only very small bits, so that can go above the steel and the plastic, which is this top one. I've got some belts now, I can finish that off. And we're only in 15 minutes, so I don't want to make it too short. I might show you around my old factory. So let's have stone here, just as a thing. I have 2 lines of it. We've got plenty of stone there that'll last us forever. And also let me finish off these belts here. So no, we don't need it that far. No, we don't need it that far. We need one of them cut off one. There we go. Whee! Okay, so there's that. This one, I can't really do much about it now because I've got this this cog factory here just giving us a little bit of research. Oh no, it's the other way around. The bottom one is too long. Like so. Okay, so they're all set up belt wise. We're going to have all of our ore coming from here, so let's account for splitters. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's that. I'm not gonna mess about with this yet, because copper, like, until you start making processing units and efficiency modules and stuff, there's no point in building vast amounts of copper. And I can always just make that up, but iron you need from the start. So yeah. La li la li la. Okay, and we can just stick these on like this, no probs. As I said, this is only a temporary thing, just to get me this start in research. It's taking ages, but like, what are you gonna do? So we're at nearly 20 minutes, so I'm gonna save this, overwrite the other one here, and then I'm gonna load my other thing. I'm gonna show you the mistakes I made and why I'm not playing that map anymore. As you can see, I started this one in 15.5, but I did update it. This one I've just started, obviously, so I'll put 20 hours into this one. And yeah, as you can see, I've got logistics bots. Smelting operation is pretty sick, and this is what I intend to get again because the throughput is amazing. So as you can see, we got iron ore coming in through train. I was supposed to change something over here, and I'd made things to do it, or some of them, but I'm not going to bother doing it on camera. Oil setup is relatively unchanged. There's not really that much down here that that's going to be new to anyone who knows Factorio. There's a power setup, and I made a mistake and actually put 3 boilers, 3 steam engines per boiler, and it's messed me up all game. And I didn't realise until I looked it up, and that was one of my mistakes. Oil, same old, same old. You've got cracking and flamethrower fuel, lubricant, all the way up to the main bus. Plastic's going well here. Steel coming down from the main bus. We've got fluids going up for where we need them. But you do need a lot more sulfuric acid, so it might be worth like doubling or tripling your usual production because you need it for the nuclear fuel. So yeah, this isn't even in the factory. This is just like the smelting area. And this is the beginnings of the main bus. It is quite a large factory. It's getting there for not being anywhere near endgame yet. I haven't got these hooked up yet because I haven't got enough green chip fabs. But we got green chips at the very start to use them in everything that we need to do. Then down here we got the beginnings of our science. Oh, excuse me. So I started with red, and if I remember rightly, my labs were here, just going down here. And I gave myself a bit of space so I could expand this if I wanted to. This is a belt factory that I sort of nabbed the basic idea of it from a YouTuber. I can't remember her name now. It's a lady saying of Sky, the Belt Diva. Search that, you'll find her. She's very good. And this was her idea. And once I get requested chests, this will automatically upgrade all of my old belts when I start upgrading the bus. Sound as a pound, and it works really well. It did have a problem producing cogs actually when I first hooked up the blues, but it cooled up and it's fine now. But then I started my science here, and it was quite good for green and red, no problems at all. I left myself a bit of gap, and then I had to make the blues. Then I had to make the greys, which is the military science, which takes a hell of a lot of production actually. This setup here was nowhere near enough for it, for just the 8 factories. They couldn't keep up if this was empty. It's only because I didn't research any military technology for a while that they backed up, because the grenades take so long to make. I would probably suggest 6 grenade factories to 3 bullet factories maybe. I've also got my bullets at the bottom in a box just so I can get them when I need to. Then I started these are the greys up here as well. So you need grenades, you need bullets, and you need a shed ton of blooming gun turrets. My goodness me. They take ages to build as well, so I did, for that bit of production, I did make multiple factories. Look, and they don't half crush your iron when you first start as well. Then I've got my batteries here, obviously, leading up, and I just didn't have enough. I built all of this too close to my bus, and I weren't going to move it all. Oh, I could have done now. I've got robots, but there was no room for red chips, and there was no room for batteries, and it's just basically killed me. Like, this made it awful. I don't want to research anything. So trying to squeeze everything in, it annoys me. But apart from that, it come out quite nicely. Look at all these red chips. And there's nowhere near enough red chips there for this factory. The throughput isn't enough on the belts anyway. But yeah, that's a little look at this, and we're at 25 minutes, and I'm going to call it an episode. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope this has been informative. I shall do a bit of work off camera on my I saved this one on the other on the other world and get those smelteries going, and maybe plan out a bit more around red chips and batteries. Maybe put them on a quad line as well. We'll see. Um, yeah, so take care, everybody. If you're new here, just hit that subscribe button or like, comment, dislike if you want. Don't matter. And I shall see you next time. Ta-ra for now.